Hi, I'm Shola and I'm a public speaking coach, and I have a business called Speak Up Like a Diva and also Speak Up and Shine. And today I'm going to talk about business networking and how public speaking skills can help you with your business networking, and a few things to keep in mind. I tend to work with a lot of business owners, and I encourage them to get out and speak to grow their business. And one way that you can do more public speaking without having to apply for speaking opportunities and wait to be accepted and all those good things, one way you can do more public speaking is to go to business networking events where they give you a 60 seconds opportunity to stand up and to tell people a bit more about your business. And a lot of the business owners I work with go to these events, and sometimes they don't always maximize the money that they're spending to be part of that networking organization, and of course the time that it can take out of your busy day to go along and attend these events. So here are a few considerations to get the most from your business networking. Now, the first one is to not be like everyone else. You want to make sure that you stand out from the crowd. Now, if you're going around a room of 30 people, it's very easy to forget one pitch, or forget a bunch of pitches because they sound so samey. Now, even though you might do something like accountancy or photography, where, of course, we find a lot of photographers, we find a lot of accountants. There are certain professions where, because they're needed, there are a lot of them around. If you do something like that, it's even more important for you to stand out rather than just saying, well, I'm an accountant, we offer full service accountancy, or I'm a photographer for all your special occasions. What makes you different? Are you particularly great with children and you love doing children's parties? As an accountant, are you particularly good at saving people on their taxes so they don't have to pay as much tax? What is it that you do that really helps you to stand out and be different from your competitors? So that's the first thing. Don't be afraid to share the way you're not like everyone else. I was at an event recently and there was an accountant there, and she was dressed up in really bright colours, like a really bright yellow, brighter than this, and a purple jacket. And I said, wow, your colours are amazing. And she said, oh, well, I used to be a bit of a punk rocker when I was younger. So imagine if an accountant stood up and said, I was a punk rocker, and now I'm an accountant, but punk rock's still deep in my heart, right? So anybody in that room who sees themselves as being a bit of a rebel might think, that's the accountant for me. Although accounting is quite dry and it's something we all have to do, I want to talk about punk rock with her, or I want to talk about the way that I'm a rebel in my business, okay? So don't be afraid to share a bit of yourself to make sure that you distinguish yourself from everyone else. Now, the second point that I want to make is to practice your 60 seconds. Super important. It's as important to practice a 60-second pitch as it is to practice a longer presentation. And the reason why is because you've only got 60 seconds, right? If you sort of start out with not such a strong start in a longer presentation, you can perhaps gain things back over time. But when you've only got 60 seconds, it's over like that. So you really want to make sure you practice, what it is you're going to say and the best way to say it, so that you really can max out that time that you've got in front of the networking group. Now, the third thing is to make sure that you have some sort of offer or some sort of call to action for the group, because you don't have much time. This is a wonderful opportunity to speak to people en masse in the room, and so make sure that you make an offer. And if you don't, or you forget what the offer was, as sometimes I went to a meeting this week and I had a particular thing I wanted to share and I forgot it. It does happen. But also, it's probably small enough a group that you can actually go around and say to a few people, hey, so I didn't mention, but I do have X, Y, and Z. And having heard what you do, maybe that's particularly useful to you or people you know. So all is not lost if you don't get it perfectly when you stand up and do your 60 seconds. But obviously, the better you do that, the better it is for you. So just to summarize, number one, don't be like everyone else. Number two, practice, and number 3, have some sort of offer or call to action to help galvanize people in the room. So I hope that helps. As I mentioned at the beginning, I do work a lot with business owners, and if you're interested in how to get more clients with public speaking, then why don't you book a call with me where we can actually think of a roadmap. We can map out what your next steps will be to get more clients and grow your business with speaking. So if you are interested in possibly working with me and would like to have a chat, please do go ahead and book some time with me. Take care. Bye.